you call 911 in an emergency, they send the closest cop. If it's a fire, they send the nearest fire truck. But what if you're in a major accident and you need a Medivac helicopter? You might be surprised to learn you won't always get the closest one. So why not? That's the subject of tonight's Fact Finders Report. Here's Peter Thorne. Peter.
Katie, tonight you're going to see and hear firsthand how a controversial quirk in the rules explains why, in an emergency, when every second counts, you might not get the closest Medivac. You're also going to hear why some think this is not as big a problem as it might first appear. Every time Denise Denzisen walks into her backyard, her heart breaks all over again.
The birds, the frogs, the crickets. And way back behind the pool there, I have a vegetable garden. It's, keeps me busy.
And these days, Denise tries to stay as busy as possible, trying to keep her mind off that awful day last September when she lost the man she hoped to marry, Gary Wasilewski, victim of a tragic motorcycle accident.
A woman coming in the opposite direction turned right in front of him and cut him off, and he had nowhere to go, and he collided into the side of her vehicle. There he laid on the road, waiting for a helicopter.
He lingered on life support for a week, then Gary died. As hard as it was to lose Gary, for Denise it was almost as tough to find out later from a state official that he might have made it to the hospital at least 10 minutes earlier if the closest Medivac helicopter had been sent to the accident scene. But because of a controversial quirk in New Jersey helicopter dispatch rules, the closest helicopter was not sent because, like this one, it was operated by a private company, not by the state police. Here's part of the dispatch call made that day.
Hello? Hey, Medivac dispatcher, please? Yeah, what's up? ALS on the ground has made a request for Air 1 out of Netcon due to their closer ETA. Okay, well, you know what? I'm only the middleman. I'm relaying it. And I'm only the middleman saying I can't change that. Okay. You know, I mean, you know what the rules are, and I'm not going to, with the atmosphere here, I'm not going to change that. Understood.
Did the helicopter delay hasten Gary Wasilewski's death? No one can say for sure.
You don't know. How do you know? But every second is an hour when you're laying there in a critical condition.
She's upset that under current rules, if it's available, this state police Medivac helicopter must be sent to an accident scene first, even if a private Medivac helicopter is also available and much closer. Like this one from Monarch, a private nonprofit Medivac operator. Monarch gave me a first-hand look at their helicopter, admitting it's slightly slower than the state's Medivac, but not by much. They tell me it's just as safe, and unlike the state's chopper, this one is specifically designed specifically for Medivac and can take off and land a lot faster in a business where every second counts. This state-of-the-art helicopter can fly at least 145 miles an hour. It can transport 2 seriously injured patients to the nearest trauma center far faster than any ambulance could driving on the ground. The controversial dispatch rules were created back when private Medivac helicopters were not allowed to operate in New Jersey at all. But now they are, and private helicopter services are demanding in an emergency, if they are closer, they should be sent first.
Sometimes we can save as much as 10 or even 15 minutes responding to the scene because we're that much closer. You're really kind of playing with people's lives. You're throwing dice at this point.
And it's not just Gary Wasilewski who didn't get the closest Medivac after a traumatic accident. Sources tell fact finders it's happened dozens of times in New Jersey in just the past year. Even Governor John Corzine, after his near-fatal crash on the Garden State Parkway, didn't get the closest helicopter.
They got into an 11 with the governor in the car. Oh, no.
A private Medivac just 12 minutes away. Instead, sources tell fact finders the state Medivac chopper was dispatched, even though it was 20 minutes away.
I feel that's no longer acceptable.
New Jersey State Assemblyman Peter Biondi is pushing a new law that would require the closest Medivac helicopter be sent first.
My bill, quite basically, just says dispatch the closest available helicopter. We have to save minutes. Minutes are extremely important with trauma patients.
But the state police argue if the Medivac system ain't broke, don't fix it. Sources telling fact finders the state Medivac helicopter got to the governor's crash scene so fast, it had to wait for him to be cut out of his car. Others point out that with over 35,000 Medivac flights in the past 20 years, state helicopters have an excellent record.
We're standing by, and we want to get the patients to the hospital as quickly as possible. We have an unparalleled safety record, never had an incident or accident in the 20 years we've been doing this. It's been a good system for years, and we really don't want to see it change too much.
But looking into the backyard, they landscaped together, wearing the heart-shaped diamond necklace Gary gave her last Christmas. The one she says she'll never take off. Denise remains unconvinced and wants the Medivac system changed.
It's simple. You're fooling with people's lives. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Now, critics of private Medivac services suggest they're really in this for the money. Now, they respond it is all about patient care. Meantime, the state police say they're only following the policy overseen by New Jersey's Department of Health. That agency was unable to schedule an on-camera interview, nor would Governor Corzine's office schedule time to talk. Now, if you have a tip for a story, please visit us online at cw11.com/factfinders. Real eye-opening story there, at least
for me. A lot of agencies and the private sector all kind of intersecting on this one.
And some confusion. The state is actually looking into this. An independent consultant's report is due any day now, is what we're told.
All right, thank you.